Good morning.
You have to give me 3 chili.
I'm drinking coffee straight.
My job is cutting paper.
I saved my cinnamon stick from last night for the morning because you know I like a sweet for breakfast. I had a run around this morning and it affected everybody. My microphone was broken.
Yes.
I don't know how it broke. I had an idea of how it might have broke. Nate said don't jump to conclusions. Long story short, he fixed it. And I went to the store to cool off. And here we are. It's almost as if nothing even happened. I'm working. Nate's making breakfast. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, they can go outside. Yes, they can go outside. This family member found itself inside. Yo, when I came over here, I was literally just sitting on that chair, just being like, oh, hey, do you want to go back outside? Do you want to go back outside? Okay, let's see what I can do. So I think I can do this. I'm not like immediately fearful. I was surprised, but I'm not fearful. And the way that it's moving, I'm like, I can handle this. I'm not gonna like freak out. I'm gonna get a glass. Yes, the biggest glass I have. We got this. Don't be fearful. We are friends. Hey, we're fam. All I have to do is literally walk outside, but I'm a little bit fearful of that. I'm fearful that, okay, I could probably do it. We are family. There's nothing to fear. I fear what you represent, but I don't know you like that. That is straight up the calmest I have ever been with that size of jumping spider, with that look of spider. I'm so proud of myself. So I am growing and evolving and changing. I put them outside on the deck here and they, oh, they're still here. I could have probably brought them all the way down, but I didn't. I'm tempted to hold one in my hand. I don't think that they would bite me, but anyway, I'm gonna let them be. Do you think they're scared to get down to the ground? Should I have brought them to the ground? Comment below, should I have brought them to the ground? Let me show you what's going on in the garden. I gotta get out here, y'all. There's no excuse. Oh, things need to be watered. Things need to be planted. Meanwhile, in the amethyst garden, check out this beauty. What? Have you ever... I have not ever had this type of iris in my own space. The purple is stunning. Look at that little like fuzz right here. It's so beautiful. I still have work to do on this bed. But it's getting ridiculous how I haven't put seeds in the ground. I need to set some goals and I need to achieve them. And I know I'm trying not to be fast, or rush, but the time is now. It's really, really, really now. So, what if it could be possible that the goal today is to dig out this bed and the goal tomorrow is to plant and be on my way? I'm going to make a commitment, even if it's increments, even if it's all night. I'm going to do it, and then probably that will involve like me looking at my seed inventory and actually selecting where things go, because that's going to take a little more prep. And I know I can always move it for next year, but okay, these babes do need some water. They are thirsty. Check on everyone. Everyone is extremely thirsty. But can you believe that? Wasn't that really rad? I'm proud of myself. This is what's going on with the motherwort. This is this catnip. So holy. What's going on with them? I could maybe, oh, I love that smell. That's Daphne's favorite plant for sure. Oh, the irises are so cute. Okay, comfrey's a little bit dry. And let's go check on the mugwort. Okay, well this is a brand new discovery. This log has split. So that's over. That is so interesting. Should I like plant with it? Like, no, there's no, huh. Okay, new development. I don't know what we'll do with this, but that's done now. What's up, Muggy? You still thriving over here? Ooh, you're a little crispy. Let me get some water on you.
What?
Looking handsome. And rose quartz bed is ready. Ish. There's no better feeling than following through for yourself. I'm super proud. I'm back with the Artist Way because Spotify like suggested it for me. They just know when I need a little pep talk. Okay. I'm itchy. I'm getting eaten up. I have like heat rash this week. Oh frick, I gotta go in. It's bedtime for my kids. But I'm like energized by this win and this accomplishment, so I'm gonna go inside and see what's next. Kids are to bed and I'm going to work on the countertop. I think I'll be less productive if I put my podcast on the screen because I'll have to be looking over. So perhaps I will just do audio so I can stay focused. All right, this one's got to soak, but check it out. Can you believe this is like a day-ish? It's nuts. Y'all doing dishes out there? Okay, it is 11, but I think what will feel so refreshing is a shower. Tomorrow I'll wake up. I'll be in the garden. It's happening. Does this make you dizzy? I actually love spinning and Rex loves spinning. We're spinners. Y'all know what I mean? I asked Nate to record me serving on Duolingo.
What's happening right now? Serve some looks. Oh, I meant like you're really studying.
Oh. We're going on a family walk. Can't get us all in the frame. The only thing is I need a bad haircut bad.
A bat? Yeah, you need a bad haircut.
I need a bad haircut really bad. That was a doggy.
Look at these.
They're so pretty. Of course, right before this, Rex had his hat perfectly on Twiggy, and as soon as I grabbed my camera, she wasn't having any of it. But he persisted. We really tried to give Twiggy the Ash Ketchum look. Nah. Okay, so it's planting day. I am gonna start with this bed here. Just gonna pull these out and start with the tobacco seeds. It seems the most symbolic. It seems the most important to get this going as an offering to the land, as a thank you, as a full circle indigenous offering. Look how cute these flowers are when they come through. But I'm gonna enter into a prayer space and we'll be kicking it off. We just got in from planting the garnet garden. It's 11:30 now. I'm toast. It's hot out there. It will be a challenge. I've definitely made a challenge for myself not doing any starts and believing that I can keep the ground moist enough in the scorching Colorado sun for any of this to germinate and pop, but also that's just the way I want to do it, so I have to believe in it. And it's worked for a couple things, so yeah. I've been listening to The Artist's Way, and I'm waffling back and forth in my head right now around sending out an email because tonight's the last night to do third eye chakra course for 50% off. Then we're moving into the clarity throat. I'm stoked about that because let me tell you something. The reason I know I'm a witch in this lifetime is because I have divine timing without trying. Like literally everything is so divinely orchestrated. I don't have to try when it comes to timing. It unfolds. So anyway, I'm gonna take a garden break while Daphne's resting. I would love to rest, but I think it would be beneficial to throw out one more email. I'll feel into it. I can't tell if I'm like having fear around it and don't want to do it, or if it's just like it's not actually that important to me. But I did have someone book some spots for the next cannabis communion today, so at least things are moving and money's rolling in. Oh my gosh, I'm in my bed. I just put Daphne down. I need a couple moments to just be whimsical and playful and dreamy and like my tendency with my free time is to like be progressing in some way, in some like obvious and tangible way. I need a break from the garden. I like started writing out my to-do list for the week, but that's like adding more to my sense of urgency. I'm like, I need to like watch a home show. I need to feel inspiration and like soak in it, not just like have a hit of it and then be like, I'm ready. I need to like bask and soak in some like whimsy inspiration. Having a little snack. I'm rehydrating. Nate and I have been pulling Follow Your Heart together. We got Patience last night. We had that one recently. So I just want a little daily card for myself. I'm gonna pull from Prism. I'm gonna have my snack. I'm gonna turn on the tube and maybe have like a tiny snooze. And then see where the wind blows me after that. Okay, I really feel like I'm on the edge of something new, a new way of being. I'm really like taking the 1 year seriously. I'm like sort of syncing up to that duty and vision, and so I pulled in that regard of like how to move forward. There's so much I have to share with you that I haven't yet, but basically in like the execution of that renewal and rebirth, I'm like, how do I move forward? Peace, and peace I shall have. So it is one of the white cards. White cards viewed one way might seem like the absence of color, but it's actually all colors blended together. It can be seen as calming, or when perceived as absence and nothingness, as emptiness. Too much white can seem cold and sterile. Often associated with peace, used to symbolize surrender. In India, it's worn to funerary services. China, it's considered a color of mourning. In addition, the color white sometimes used to help find clarity in magical workings and spellcraft. That's kind of interesting because like the conversation Nate and I were having last weekend was like, we want to upgrade our wardrobes and have like some, like wear some lighter colors. Like we were talking creams and whites. It's curious. So the peace card, when shining light through a prism, all colors are revealed in a rainbow. White light is the combination of every color within the visible spectrum working harmoniously together. When this card is drawn, it's an invitation to bring a sense of peace into your life. This may come to you after a period of turmoil as a sign of healing, or you might find it when the mind is quieted during a simple meditation, or when you're taking a moment to just stop and reflect. Open up your heart and let peace come to you. Accept this gentle offering of healing and stillness. Yay. So it is. I took a nap. Oh well, In this bed, there's like mostly herbs, I guess. Thyme, rosemary, oregano, lemon, bee balm, sage, 2 types of basil, and parsley. In the citrine garden, we have lemon balm, calendula, chives, 2 types of chives, the onion ones and the garlic ones, dill, lima beans, hoping it will like fix the soil, hemp seeds, the hemp that grew last year in this bed, and then some like spicy microgreens. Did I say dill? In the beloved sweet jade garden, I threw down as much tulsi as I could. Carrots, which already exist here. The comfrey, of course, is established. I should move it farther from, next year I'll try to move it farther from the edge. Radishes, cucumbers. I haven't been successful in cucumbers before. And then lettuce, like a lettuce salad green mix. The line, the water line broke in here though, so Nate has to get in and dig a bit. And I'm gonna call it for tonight. It's about 5 o'clock. I do feel some like clarification, you know, I feel some relief. I will be so happy if it rains and we get some free water on this whole thing. I'm excited, and I also can feel myself trying to find something new to worry about, because you know I've been worrying about this for weeks, so I'm like, my brain is looking for something. It's not being successful because like I'm so happy and I find that I deserve getting into the maintenance phase of things, you know what I mean? The comfrey is like about to flower, so I have to decide what to do with that and like, you know, begin pruning it back and just working with the plants that are here. There's this really cute, let me show you, there's this really cute like sort of weed that's here. It's called like Jesuit, it's called like Jesuit tea or something that I'm interested in working with based on the name and just how cute it is and how it came up. It has those like adorable little flowers, but like the way that this garden, it has been such a metaphor for so many things, and like I'm really entering a maintenance phase of life and of my business. My family is on every last nerve. It's not their fault. I think it's the luteal phase. As I look over, I see Daphne's stuffed animal in the sand pit. But I just like the card that I pulled. Nate made hamburgers, and then we had our classic Sunday movie night. I can't remember what we watched. Morning pages in the morning. I'm fully in my son's bed because it's cozy up there, and at least I can like keep a pulse on what they're doing, but also have my own space. And I just took my time to feel into dream recall and remember the symbols that stuck out to me from that space. Really feeling this reinvention of self coming through for solstice, summer solstice. I have an event, and I just feel like ritual is always the way to like cross a threshold and signify that crossing of a threshold. So I just was writing all of this out, these timelines and these cycles that I've entered into. It feels really expansive and really exciting. I can't wait to share more with you. Okay, wow. I just finished my morning pages. I was really overdue for a session. I have had so much swirling in my head over the weekend, so that was really precious. Shifts are coming, intentional shifts. We're going into the throat chakra. We're talking intentions, we're talking truth, we're talking satisfaction, we're talking manifestation. All of that I must process in my personal life before I open to teach it. So the portal is definitely open, and I'm so ready for that. Okay, I have to water my plant before it scorches out here.
Why does that like
Cool. Amazing. Wow. Start with this. Oh my god.
This is Rex crushing the puzzle. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm at the altar of the sink. And I really mean that, you know? I do have my things. Altar tour. Okay, okay. No, it's not okay. Nate always pushes it this way and it bothers me. Okay. Dog Buddha, refinement sticker, malachite heart, malachite spider, jade, but my mom left here. She'll be coming in a week. Citrine point with my wedding engagement ring on it. This rock Nate found last summer when he was out hiking, hunting, and the rue that will be transplanted soon, and a cute little shell, a little bit of like some smoky or clear. Another one in the corner, and I guess Nate's wedding ring is up here too. And I have these signs by each water source in the house, reading love and gratitude for sacred water. Just been like a really sweet and soft day. That's the best way that I can put it. I do still like wearing my glove. It is helpful for my skin. Yeah, just really amazing reflective day. I'm so feeling a reinvention coming on for summer solstice. And just before this new moon of this week, I'm just taking the time to look at the archetype that I have walked, which is the heirloom, and what I have inherited, and what my options are if I want to choose differently, and I'm like really trusting and following through with that choice. So that's kind of like meta what's going on for me. But yeah, sweet day at home, summer Monday with both my babes. It's really something soft and sweet. And we have slowed it down even more. I'm always amazed at how much slower I can go. But it actually becomes quite purposeful. So yeah, we have 2 more garden beds. Sorry that if you hate that my head is cut off. It's the best I can do. 2 more garden beds, amethyst, and rose quartz. Okay, rose quartz, we gotta do it. Nate and I were wondering, we're gonna plant a couple of special seeds together, and we were just debating, like logistically and sun coverage-wise, which one to put the seeds in. And I had a feeling, but now that I look at the names of the gardens and what they theoretically represent. Oh, I purchased one. I had a blue jay. Cute. And it landed in a tree exactly where I can see out the window. This is adorable. I can see Rex in the hammock. Daphne is like, to crane my neck to see her. She's by the fence, calling the neighbor's dog or something. Okay, the blue jay. The blue jay's, I believe, still there. I can't tell. Okay, I lost my train. I let go of the train. Oh, right. Now that I know the names of the garden beds and the crystals they convey, I'm like, the rose quartz, of course, the one for the little bluffers. But also in Christmas Nate's and Rex's stone. So it's something special, but I like the union aspect. Okay. I'm gonna go ponder some more over these dishes. Stir fry for supper.
And the evening was sort of inspired by putting my phone down, getting out a magazine and flipping through it. You know, I love the collage. So I was doing that while I was making supper. And then after, we all gathered in the living room. Oh, 555 on all clocks. Of course, had to show you. Nate and Rex were playing this new little night market game that's cute. And I was just doing my little cutty cuts, sorting words and pics. Good evening. I am tucking in with my laptop. It's been a really beautiful day. I'm proud of my flow, I'll say that. I'm proud of my presence with myself and as a parent. I'm just trying to really focus right now. Like, the name of the game is focus. It's so aligned with the throat chakra and my teachings on clarity. And I think over the next 2 weeks, I'll be able to articulate more of the changes that are going on. But right now, sometimes like what I like to do, it's like the simplest thing, but it takes a lot of intention to not multitask, to basically do one thing at a time. So I'm like, I am here with my laptop. I'm not going to stop doing the task until it's complete. Like, do the thing. Of course, like, there could be a break, but instead of like, because sometimes I want to have like, I'll try to have a bunch of like my senses going for an ambiance, but it ends up being more distracting. So I feel like if I turn on the TV right now, it will like divert my energy. I'll be like trying to see the home tour and trying to work. So I really want to turn on my laptop. I've just been really particular about my sight intake, or like sight visual diet within the last couple of days. Even podcasts that I really enjoy in the visual medium, which are no longer podcasts, you know. I've been either just like trying to do audio and trying to diminish the stimuli, because then I feel like I can really enjoy and deepen in the presence of the pleasure of watching the show when I'm complete. And plus, I also want to enjoy my work. I don't want to feel like I'm scrambling or stretching to do my work. I want to feel fully present in the work. So that's where I'm at right now. And I think it's just this like beautiful marriage between both the third eye chakra and the throat. You know, there are these sort of like, I wouldn't call them gray areas, but like ombre areas between all of the centers, and even between ones that aren't located near each other. There are special relationships, but yeah, I kind of like the blending that's happening from all of this cosmic bird's eye, higher plane visioning, and bringing it a little bit downward, more into the masculine execution and truth of things. Okay, I'm gonna get to work. So I didn't end up going into the garden tonight. That was part of my flow. I just chose to vibe with the family a little bit instead. I plan to get out there like bright and early tomorrow and keep moving on the final 2 beds. Oh, do you think this is it? Comfort. It's pink and it's super cute. I'll take it. And then I'll choose a Follow Your Heart Oracle with Nate before bed. Pink cards. When comfort comes up in a reading, it signals that you may need to invite some more self-care and comfort into your life. Whatever it is, do it with ease. Give your nervous system a gentle break that it needs. Feel that. All right, let's get it. Check your emails for the throat chakra intro. And if you're not on my email list, I invite you to sign on. Good morning. Hi there. I'm awake. We're outside. Wish I could say I was doing my morning pages, but I am fully fine-tuning my email. Trying not to let it take over or take too much time, because it's pretty good as it is for however many people decide to open it. But, you know, I always got to make it a little bit better, so I'm going to spend maybe like 20 minutes
getting that scheduled and getting the copy for the post down, and then jump into the morning. The morning includes swimming lessons for Rex. Now we're flipping over to Rex. I should probably get Daphne in her next lesson, but this is what is right now. We're getting ready for swimming, but my kids have their like well check appointments today. And I don't know if any of y'all are into Dr. Sears, but for both kids, I did the delayed schedule. Daphne's has been extremely delayed, like delinquent delayed. She's at home with me. So I'm combing through this book and I'm combing through her records because it's always important that you have your autonomy and that you know what's going on when you go to the doctor so that you're not just agreeing to things because they make mistakes too. So anyway, I'm like going between her records and this to check what is left. I don't know if she even has any, but the life of a parent, the life of a mummy. It's like just every time, and that's why I put it off. Like, what's going on here? Look at this. Look at this. It's insane. It was easy with one kid, but after two, it's just scribbled boots down. Did I do that right? It's Pride Month. It took us a minute because we started this puzzle for Mother's Day, but now we're getting the momentum, and you can really see our progress. Second to last bed to weed. This one was less managed than I thought. So lots of bindweed, lots of like grass fibers. Just really had to get in there. I want this one to be mainly a flower bed, so I'm not feeling too particular about it versus growing food, but still really had to get in there. And of course, being completely fueled by listening to The Artist's Way, deciding sort of in this moment that I'm going to seriously go through the program over a 12-week like summer solstice through fall equinox as part of my reinvention, and feeling super excited about that.
You
Okay.
Look on the specs to find the thread and pitch how that screws.
No, I just pulled up. I'm gonna walk down to the Boulder bookstore. Should I give you a fit? I'm embarrassed. No, I'm not. I do this. This is my life. My battery's dying. I'll just show you. I got my kimono on. I got my glasses. My cannabis pendant on the pearl.
Thank you so much. So it's a delight to be here at Boulder Bookstore.
It was a beautiful evening. I let myself unwind, relax. When I got home after the talk, more cutting of collage and watching the Girls Rewatch podcast. Good morning, friends. What day is it? It's Wednesday. Oh, this camera. Oh, this camera, y'all. Oh, no. It's fully falling apart. I'm not happy about it at all. I'm gonna boil some water. I'm gonna switch things up. I'm just gonna switch it up. The path to change for me isn't like knowing where the change is coming from. I'm just gonna try different things. So what I'm trying this morning, I'm going back to Tulsi Rose Awesome. Let's do this. Basically, yeah?
Let's switch it, baby.
Oh, I think it's going to be a hot one today. I would wear the white one
Alright.
to the park. Should I help you?
But I have to do it.
You got it?
Okay.
Okay, it did get a little bit wonky. Okay, can you put this one back in your room? Here we go. Woo! Okay, since planting all of the 6 garden beds officially as of yesterday, I'm like, okay, now what? I am letting myself feel a sense of accomplishment. I'm letting myself feel proud. I'm letting myself understand that the vision is coming to be. I still have my beloved nettle here, which I'll get out there. I was looking at Tara's page last night, and she was talking about nettle on her page and how she has this patch that she's been tending for about 2 years and hasn't harvested yet because she wants it to really be established. And I'm glad I saw that so that I'm not like taking from this. Again, year one, I'm going to put this in the ground. I'm going to let it thrive. Also still have the rue. So kind of like this area by the tree that I was working with initially, like remember when I was breaking up all those irises and the lilies and stuff, I'm going to go back to that section and kind of plant in there. And that's where I'm going to put some of this. So that's happening. I am receiving strong signals from my body to tighten up on the gut health. Let me return back to my gorgeous bitters. Listen to the signals of my body, eat when I'm hungry, etc. Possibly a little more fasting, which doesn't mean much for me because I tend to binge. So probably just eating regular, but just being mindful and watching. So yeah, I'm feeling like big changes coming and I'm really excited about it, but I can't quite articulate it yet, which is perfect because it's actually perfect and I'm not stressed because we are in the clarity and throat chakra module right now. This is the course that I'm working through alongside whoever is working through it. So I'm like, it will be figured out. And so I can't quite like tell y'all what's happening yet, but I'm excited for what I can. And I'm trying to take the steps and make the changes and just like make the switch up so that it's initiated. New moon tomorrow. All right, anyway, how are you? Nature's Pocket Classic. I've got to take some of this. I've just been feeling like more nauseous. And I like to up my bitters whenever that happens. Shall we? For old time's sake. You wanted raw. Taking my moment for me. Gonna get these pages down. There's a lot that's not being said, but I don't know if anything needs to be said. I'm just like deeply enjoying my life and being present with that.
After another amazing and thorough set of morning pages, I had to have a full-on dissertation by voice memo with Julia, so we were going back and forth getting down, and I had a little treat too.
About to go meet up with our friends at the park, but I had to stop and get some mint from my patch. Like, I adore it. It's so cute. Look at all their little tops, their little vibrant tops. Just wanted to take some in the car with me.
We all linked up with Anna, Maple, and Clover. It was so fun to have Rex back in the mix of friends. And one of my favorite hobbies at a little library is to completely reorganize it. So this is me finding a book with a handwritten note inside. Of course, we had a apothecary stop because Rex hadn't been to the new spot.
I got a couple things at the apothecary. So what I went for on purpose was Tulsi. Refilled my Tulsi. And you know that I'm having an invitation from Passion Flower. I went with the tincture of Passion Flower. I'm so stoked. I love chatting up Liz at the apothecary. I should have her over for tea because I'm sure we could talk for hours. We're curly girlies. And the thing that I bought impromptu that I feel like Nate would really want me to have, look at this ring. I love silver. Look at this like heart or star and moon ring. It was too cute. So I bought that for myself. Hello, we are home for 2 seconds, packing the bag up with our friend's birthday present, headed to the park. Daphne napped in the car. She's pissed to be alive. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this. I'm gonna take a little bit. Let's get, I just put gum in my mouth, but let's get acquainted with passion flower. Wow. It's like, it tastes like syrup, like maple syrup. It's like mapley. That was cool. I'm excited about that. I only did a couple drops. I did my mugwort spray. Still got some of this. Okay, we gotta go. Maybe I should bring, you gotta have snacks on you, you know what I mean? But we're gonna have friends there, so maybe I'll bring more. 3. Coming! Bye. Ooh. Nice.
This one's not.
Some sort of clever and like channeled offerings were coming through, and I was just sort of like returning to the altar in between doing morning tasks. And I prepared this tea, blue lotus, hibiscus, oat straw, tiny bit of stevia, and a couple drops of that passion flower tincture. Made my kids their own tea, and then blue apatite to sort of charge on top of the tea. Little aesthetic shot for you by the nettle. Hey. Daphne and I visited the mint in the morning. We pulled some for a lustral bowl. We pulled some for this water mix. We pulled some to just have as a centerpiece, really having a moment with mint. A little spring water in the mix too. Prayers, of course. And covering ourselves with sacred holy water also.
Then get closer to me. Mine is still better. Woof, woof.
We brought some offerings to the tobacco bed, some of this mint, and sage was coming through, but not to burn, to just offer whole to the land, and some of my blood as well. What, darling?
Hey y'all, I'm inspired by being a Capricorn. So I have my horns on today in the form of pony buns. This shirt that I wore Tuesday is back because it only got like an hour of airtime. Throat chakra, Alex and Ani bangles, Palo Santo, my new little ring, my engagement and wedding ring, my Amazonite from Leanne at Crystal Coven Shop, the tank. These are some of my favorite leggings, hence the holes. Maybe I'll mend them like really cute. I will. Y'all, I'm gonna be following through. But right now, we are having a kids party today. So my chakra class turned into just a kids party. That's like what I have the capacity for. And it's gonna be fun because Rex is just inviting his friends over for a chill time. So no pressure, we're gonna be vibing. I made some gorgeous tea this morning and I'm just gonna be pouring it into the party container. And then in the other one that I have of this, I have the mint. I have the mint water. So I'm back with my blue apatite. It's calling to me. It's what I call my womb stone. It's very heavy. I like to place it on my womb for various reasons. I probably talk about it in some video somewhere. Maybe like a white space sacral vlog. Anyway, my bleed is coming. It's a little bit farther out than I thought, so I feel like I still have time to steam. Probably with mint. I'm really having a moment with mint right now. And anyway, this is like a very psychic piece, the blue apatite. But I have some other dreamy type herbs. So I have the passion flower tincture is all I had to add. Blue lotus, oat straw, and hibiscus. I love hibiscus for new moon rituals and celebrations and stuff like that. So I need a strainer. May this nourish the caregivers and the children. And so it is. So simple, keeping it clear and simple. It's one of those days where like I'm choosing, and I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing calm. I'm choosing flow. I'm choosing everything working out, and not at the last minute either. I'm fully surrendered to that receiving process. So also making a good amount of offerings, which is I think what's making it flow so well, or allowing it to flow so well. There's a reciprocal energy. So cute. Y'all singing lately? Humming, toning, asking questions. These are all the throat chakra activating things. Listening, active listening. Let's talk about that for sure during Tuesday's call.
Cutie alert.
What up? The party is over. It was a successful little hangout. The kids are watching Cinderella. I want to go join them down there, but I'm going to finish chopping up this huge watermelon. Successful kid party, but we definitely need to like recharge and recuperate. I don't have dinner planned. I don't have groceries, which is a bummer, but honestly, do I have to say it? I'd love to go tomorrow because 5 times the fuel points. I'm all showered and cozy in bed. I'm gonna do my deer. I am in the let me tell you what I'm up to. I am the farthest that I've ever gotten in the diamond semifinals. You have to do it for 3 weeks, and it's my second week, and I think I can do it, but I've been crushing in the game this week. I've been putting in time. Morning pages.
How many, Mama? How many of these?
Y'all notice anything different? Yes, this is the back of my lip ring that's in the front because it was all I could do, because when I was brushing my teeth, it fell out and I can't find the ball. So now I was gonna go get it changed to a specific place for a specific piece of jewelry tomorrow, but I can't hold my lip all day. I don't want it to close, but I've had so many annoyances with this. I'm almost like, is this even meant to be? So I'm going to a place in town as soon as they open in 20 minutes, and maybe they can help me out. I'm so done. I'm like, it's raining and sun shining. Amazing. Y'all, I've been having a day. I've been having like a funky day. You know what these are? These are my mood lifters by association. And I've just decided to feel good. Choice is such a huge part of throat chakra work. And I feel like I haven't been able to say much. I have not been able to express to y'all the changes that are going on. I'm excited about them. I'm leaning into them, but in the process, it's like, it's cocoon time. It's like mixed up garbled time. So I'm really looking forward to my moon and sitting and releasing and like inviting and creating the space. And I'm choosing to like be present. When I say I feel good, I guess what I'm like, the responsibility that I'm coming into is the responsibility of being present with whatever is happening. even if I don't particularly like what's happening. Just personal preference. No judgment. Look, got my adornments on. You know, I just keep like tweaking myself today. It's taking a little bit of a time. I wasn't like on from the morning. I'm just becoming on at 1:52. And I don't know how to explain this, but that's just like part of life that maybe we don't talk about. Like everything's cool, but I'm like warming up and like coming into my body today and being okay with being in it. So anyway, all that to say, choice is part of the throat chakra. Making strong choices is something you can work on and build. And you can also always choose again. It's not a trap. It's not a dead end. It's just the way. It's just the path. And there are so many options. So you can choose again. I can't wait to talk about more allies. That's kind of like take direction aspect from the Follow Your Heart Oracle deck cards that line up with the throat chakra. But we also are going to, at least on Tuesday, touch on satisfaction and the speak card and this sort of like not missing component, but maybe underrated or overlooked might be a good word, aspect of the throat chakra, maybe surprising to some or less obvious to some. So we're going to get into that, and by we I mean us. I am going to have a live stream on Tuesday. It's free. Well, I'm slowly doing the dishes, and I had the genius idea to make myself an iced dirty chai because Nate has some old coffee from the morning, and all I need is a splash. And I actually haven't had any of my like teas today. It's been a struggle to do my basic self-care, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, mate. Here's the chai. That's like still kind of warm, but I don't care. Wow. Here's the coffee. A little cleanup on aisle, whatever. You know what I mean. Oh, ice. Okay, that was so lame that I didn't have the ice in there. Sorry. Okay, anyway. Oh, fun. All right. Yeah. Cream drink. It's warm. There's not enough ice. But the taste is exquisite. Okay. Give it a try. Pour. Like literally cheers to that. The girls are taking their dinner outside. I'm editing. And yeah, we're doing nachos. I made mine into like a salad though. Any comments? None.
These ships are duck on there. And I know what's your name. Your name's Julia.
Normally I am talking to Julia. This isn't necessarily Julia, but it's not. Look who's here.
Hello.
In the teepee with Wendy. In our new moon style. We do be getting together on the new moon.
Oh, yeah.
So nice. Wendy just left. We're nearing 11. We had such a sweet time catching up. Wendy is so soothing to me as a friend, and I just appreciate her and her essence. We got to have like just a sweet girls time in the teepee. So blessed. And we pulled our archetypes. I did her spread because I haven't seen her since her birthday, and I like to give my friends a birthday reading. It's now 10:44. And I pulled my new archetype of the month, which is not unfamiliar to me. I have received this archetype a couple times before. I'm back with the cave. And really feeling it. Really knowing it. Feeling a little bit frustrated with like the refinement of like returning to this card, wanting something fresh and new and exciting, uncharted, but like going another layer of depth with this will be uncharted territory, and I'm up for the challenge. So it's 30, it's also card 32 and I'm 32. So it just feels like what I'm up to right now. But I do have to edit this so y'all can watch. I might even treat myself to a bath. It's late, but it's not too late. I'm energized, and that's what it's like to have a friend like Wendy. Even though pre-bleed, you're kind of like done with the world. Someone like Wendy comes into your life, you're gonna open it for her. All right, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Cheers to this next spin of the cycle. Honored to be here with y'all. See you next week. Let's be with you.